Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you all. My name is Faradiba. My research is entitled Actual and Partial Vandalism, Metacognitive Impairment in Mathematics Problem Solving. Solving mathematical problems cannot occur optimally if they only have knowledge and fact about mathematics. Students also need to have the ability to monitor and organize their knowledge. Metacognition and problem solving are essential aspects that students must have, especially in the first year at the university level. Metacognition arises when individuals experience problems, uncertainties, or unknown question. Metacognition plays a vital role in a problem solving because metacognition can help problem solvers recognize problems that need to be solved, see the real problem, and understand how to achieve a goal or a solution. Metacognition or metacognitive activities consist of monitoring and regulation, which can be applied in any stage of problem solving. Research is qualitative with a grounded theory type. Data from case encountered during calculus learning at the Islamic University of Malang were collected through student interview. The purpose of this case study is to understand student metacognitive knowledge in calculus course. First-year university students may have different metacognitive knowledge about fundamental theorem of calculus depending on studying mathematics at the high school level. The data collected were analyzed using a short version of the grounded theory due to time or research constraint. However, the principles of grounded theory are still implemented, including open, axial, and selective coding process and performing constant comparative analysis. Furthermore, convenience sampling was used to select students because the lecturer didn't know the background of the student calculus ability in the first year. All students enrolled in the calculus course are invited by email to participate. Furthermore, three students said that they were willing to participate voluntarily. Two questions about the fundamental theorem of calculus were used to explore student factual, conceptual, and procedural knowledge. The two questions were adapted from Carlson. This problem can be seen in this slide. Next, after students complete the fundamental theorem calculus problem, students were interviewed to find out the possibility of metacognitive vandalism. In this case, the Thinking Aloud protocol was used to explore student metacognitive skill. 4 questions were designed based on revised Bloom taxonomy in the interview session. Interview guidelines can be seen in this table. And the result and discussion of this research, we know that there are 3 subjects in here. 2 subjects include partial metacognitive vandalism, and the subject 1 is actual metacognitive vandalism. As we know, the purpose of this study is to describe the metacognitive process of vandalism in solving math problem. Metacognitive vandalism occurred when students wrong in responding to the red flag that occurred. In this case, metacognitive vandalism can occur when students are aware or not aware of the red flag. In the study, the first subject was aware of the red flag. This is shown by the first subject who is not sure about the answer that has been given. Meanwhile, the second subject and the third subject are not aware of the red flag. This is indicated by confidence in the answer given. The results show that actual metacognitive vandalism was actually experienced by undergraduates who diligently took notes and studied new material before lectures. In this case, the first subject performed various metacognitive activities because of routine without understanding the reason why he has to do it. So the first subject fails to solve the problem. This is in line with other research by Sengupta, which states that strategic knowledge also includes knowledge planning, monitoring, and regulating cognition are very useful for studying a topic and becoming successful problem solver. What is interesting in this study is the fact that 3 subjects never did pre-reading before the lecture starts. In fact, according to previous research, students can prepare for class more optimally by engaging with available research prepared in advance by their teacher through the activity of reading material that has not been taught. Pre-reading activity have become an approach that has gained more attention in recent years. So all subjects of this research do not seem to realize the benefit of using this learning strategy. And the conclusion, the results show that there were 2 types of vandalism, namely actual vandalism and partial vandalism. Actual vandalism was experienced by the first subject, where the subject forced the concept he understood to solve fundamental theorem of calculus problem in all stages of problem solving. Meanwhile, the second subject and the third subject experienced partial vandalism, where the second subject and the third subject forced the concept they understood to solve the fundamental theorem of calculus problem in some stage of problem solving, so that the second subject and the third subject failed to solve the second problem. At the same time, the first subject failed to solve the first and second equation if it is associated with a strategic knowledge. The first subject has less strategy in learning. The first subject records material during lecture not based on understanding but limited to routines. In contrast to the third subject, he only took notes when needed, but the notes he made were not just a routine. But the second subject and the third subject realized that he needed to take notes. Likewise, with making a summary, the first subject makes a summary without deep thought, just as a habit, while the second subject and the third subject do not make summarize because they have a good reason. The second subject and the third subject have a collection of formulas. It is more helpful in helping them solve a math problem. In conclusion, the activities in a strategic knowledge are indeed important, but understanding the reasons why all these activities are carried out is much more critical for students to ensure that the activity they do are meaningful, not just habit or routinistic. I think that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.